And that would also mean that in the case of General Flynn, not only did an unmasking take place, but also an intelligence leak, which, as I understand it, never happens in a case where signal intelligence such as this is, in fact, obtained. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've never heard of that happening before, and as I've said many times, the only crime that we know has been committed here is that one, and it's quite clear that it was a crime. And, you know, look, I think you said it right, Sean. These programs are vitally important to the security of our country, and that's why we take this seriously here in Congress, but to conduct our oversight. And clearly, when I see a problem, I'm going to point it out.
And in the case of any type of leak, that would be a violation of the Espionage Act. That would be a felony. That would be 5 years potentially in prison.
That's correct. And that it appears like that happened, right? I mean, we won't know until we got all the details, but from my perspective, it appears like that was a crime.
And that raises another question, because you talked about it being widely dispensed within the intelligence community, meaning many people saw the surveillance of the president-elect and his transition team, and they were identified. Then it goes to the issue of how many people had access to it. 2 weeks before President Obama left office, he modified Executive Order 12333, which allowed the sharing of this type of intelligence, which had never happened before, with 16 other agencies. Is there a possibility that was done so that leaks could be covered up, sir?
Well, in the reports that I read, they were clearly disseminated far and wide, and I don't think it actually has anything to do with the change in that procedure. But what I saw was disseminated pretty far, and in many cases you have to wonder why, which is why I raised the question.
But prior to that modification of Executive Order 12333, it was not usual practice to widely disseminate. So certainly they had to look. If this happened in November and December, that didn't happen until January, the alteration of 12333. Is there anybody that you saw that had dissemination of these documents?
Well, I don't want to get in the weeds here, Sean. I don't believe that change impacted what I saw.
Okay.